So in this video, I'm gonna tell you about Devin AI, made by Cognition, if you haven't heard about it already. It quickly became a horror story for programmers, as demo showed fascinating skills in many tasks. It claims to be first AI software engineer that can behave as an actual programmer. But to be honest with you, it is really an overhyped model that doesn't actually do what it claims to. There are many videos on YouTube or topics that go through the demo video and compare the task solved by Devin and a human, and also go through its mistakes, so I'll be quick on that. Many mistakes that Devin is solving in the video it created itself. And not going into the topic, like if a person is not paying attention or simply is not technical, it looks like the amount of work done by Devin is huge. Like, for example, it can create some files with mistakes and then start solving them. Or sometimes uses C, where it's easier with Python, and where nobody will do it like that. Also, the time difference is noticeable. For 30-40 minute task, if a human programmer is working, it takes around 6 hours for Devin, and the task was cherry-picked to be easier to deal with. So not just it can skip some errors in a given repository, but also create a few and then pretend to solve all of it. Articles that make hype around Devin usually always mention the fact that in the solution closes 14% of GitHub issues for large open source repositories. And now this is a strong statement, but here we need to dig into what these tasks are. And we are talking about SWE benchmark. This is a test for models who write code. The test included 2200 issues from the 12 largest open Python repositories. The problems were selected according to certain criteria. They are well documented, they are small in size, they have already been solved and have modified tests. Only 3% of all tasks included in the sample met these criteria. Even Naked GPT-4 covers some of the tasks on the list. That is, if you clear the thesis, you get the following. Of specifically selected, small, well-documented tasks with already written tests, the killer of programmers failed to cope with 86%. Similar tools already exist. Here is the most popular of them, GPT Engineer, with 50,000 stars on GitHub. These tools do not solve high-level problems. They can very well write a snake or some synthetic problems that have been solved thousands of times. Internally, they access the OpenAI API. There is only one problem. GPT-4 keeps a small context. Even small product repositories are hundreds of thousands of lines of code. An important detail is that the metric for closing issues differs from the same GPT-4 by 7 times, and this is a lot of progress in a short time. And that, unlike GPT Engineer, Devin AI uses both an ID and a browser. The progress is amazing, but whether this particular solution is a programmer killer, the answer is no. But we continue to monitor progress.